Greetings, all you tiger hunters out there. Welcome back to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the tiger pit. Holy moly, what have we got here? We got a hot brass jack. Pew, pew, pew. This is a C. Risner Cutlery exclusive. This is my first C. Risner knife I've ever purchased. They were established 1974, the year I was born. Hot brass jack, a hobby with friends, not a business with customers. Well, why did I pick this up? I picked this one up because, well, I couldn't get a hold of the Jack Wolf Gateway and Abalone, which was a little bit cheaper than this, but this is 154 cm steel. Let's take a look. Really nice felt box. Comes in plastic. These are kind of a smaller knife here. Look at this abalone. Let's get some stuff out of the way here. Yeah, the sun went away. The clouds are coming in. I got some sprinkles. Look at this abalone. It is a modern slip joint. You have, looks like T6s, possibly a T8 at the pivot here. Both sides, you have triple threading on the front bolster, single threading on the rear. What a cool knife. I do believe they're about 3.5 inches, so kind of small, size of a mini trapper, a little bit more heft. Let's check out this back spring, zero gaps, zero light coming through, high quality knife. I do believe these were $115, still available. You can get them in stag. Oh, you can get them in, I think, jig stainless, buffalo horn, and abalone. You have a long pull here, but you do have an easy open. Beautiful half stop. Hot brass jack. C. Risner 154 cm. Very cool blade. Wow, look at that abalone just pop. Perfectly flush in the half stop. Perfectly flush in the closed position. A pricey piece, but a better blade steel, I think, than the 14C. Perfectly flush in the open position. Yes, the hot brass. I like to call it the not brass. Because there's no brass on it. I think they should have did one with brass covers. That would have been really cool. Then it really would have been hot brass. So you see I can get 4 fingers on it. My ring finger fits really nice in that easy open. I really dig the jimping here on the back of the spine. Look how thick this blade stock is. You do have swedging here at the tip. Comes down to a pretty decent tip. I forgot to bring some paper out to do a paper test. I might have to pause the video. Very nice sharpening choil here. Great half stop. Nice snap. Now it does have the stop pin like down there, like a Rosecraft. Keep it from getting a blade wrap. Wow. Well, even without sun, it looks pretty good to me. Sometimes the sun makes it too shiny. Now it's like acrylic over the top. I do know that the gateway of an abalone, it looked like it had a blue underliner, which I wasn't fond of, and this one doesn't, and it looks fantastic. So it is, they call it that hot brass, I do believe, because it is like a gun stock with an easy open. And, well, I have another gun stock here that I want to compare it to. It is the Rosecraft Savage Creek gun stock. A little bit bigger than 3.5 inches. D2 blade steel. I really like this knife a lot. I have one in Stag also, just to give you a little comparison of the difference. A little bit different geometry for sure in the shape. I mean, you can kind of see how it comes up here instead of here. I do believe this was designed by Austin himself. Very cool to get one of his designs. He has made a lot of awesome ones, and like I said, I've never pulled the trigger on any of them. I really do like the clip point. I like the long pull. You can see the long pull is on both sides. I love the triple threading. Now, I do prefer more traditional slip joints with pin construction, but very cool. It does feel like the Rosecraft is lighter, even though it is longer in the close length. But it looks like the blade, it's about the same length, and the blade stock may be a little thicker on the hot brass jack. Now, these are produced by QSP, I do believe. I think it's set on the website. And I do have another traditional pocket knives, QSP. This is not a, they're exclusive, but this one is the, geez, Baxter, you're not on, the Hedgehog Spear Point. Also a modern in Abalone. You can see the similarities. Flush, really nice pull, double long pull there. You do a little size comparison. So a little bit bigger for sure than the hot brass. I do like small knives. I've been carrying a mini trapper all week long. It came with some stickers. It came with a Jolly Rancher cherry. I got a hot brass sticker and a Band-Aid, of course. Always nice to have. Look at that. Custom sticker with it. A Band-Aid and C. Risner Cutlery. Dayton, Ohio. So I used a discount code, so it wasn't quite 115. I think I got this for about 103, which is a pricey piece, but very well put together, high quality, and an abalone, just exquisite. I'm sure if Rosecraft did some abalone, they'd be getting up there in price. Maybe they'd do them for $80, like their Stag. But I do believe 154 CM is quite an upgrade in blade steel. Now, I'm not sure about the blade geometry, because look at how thick that blade stock is. Looks like a good worker for sure. But let me grab some paper to do a paper test. 1 second. I'm back. So I'm sure most of you have seen these knives. Austin has his own YouTube channel. He does shorts. They promote it. Looks awesome. I almost went with the buffalo horn. I did not see much feathering in it. Looked very classy, very Western, but awesome to get another abalone in the collection. Let's see how it cuts. Oh yeah, very nice. Razor sharp, as always. Now, I do believe this is 14C28N, so the same steel that is on the Gateway Barlow by Jack Wolf. So in hand, a big usable knife, really nice modern slip joints, and then in hand you can see I can get 4 fingers on it. You could do a good 3 finger, but the ring finger does fit in that easy open really nice. I really like that jimping. This QSP doesn't have it. Let's check the blade stock comparison here. Very similar. But like I said, I do believe these are made by QSP. Fantastic knives. I'm not sure who made the gateways, but what a peach. Now, like I said, I do prefer traditional. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the looks, the aesthetics of it. But these are absolutely fantastic. I can definitely feel a difference. I never did a pull check. So I'd say to half stop, that's easy 7 into a 7.5. So to me, to my liking, not too strong, not too weak. And as a comparison to the Savage Creek, I believe this is probably like a 6, maybe into a 6.5. So slightly lighter if you don't like to break a nail, but you can see I don't even have to get a fingernail in on this. I just pinch it because of the long pulls on both sides and the easy open. So you're not breaking a nail trying to get it out. Wow. I do think I like the gun stock shape on the Savage Creek by Rosecraft much better, but this is very unique. I've never seen a pattern quite like this. So kudos to Austin. Absolute fantastic job designing this. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in case you haven't heard of him. And well, their website in case you would like to purchase one. Thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. Checking out the not brass jack. Hot brass. Just had to do that joke. Now, for the record, there's no brass on a Rosecraft blade either. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.